All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. We're going to start pretty shortly. As you're tuning in, we welcome all of you for being here. In the meanwhile, just let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, just say yes in the chat box. Welcome, Yasha. Welcome, Rohan. Welcome, Sibilay. If you guys can hear me, just let me know in the chat box. If you can hear me, guys, just say yes in the chat box. We are going to start in just a minute from now. I'm just setting up our YouTube live so that this call can go live on YouTube. In the meanwhile, thank you so much for being here. Make sure to introduce yourself. Let us know in the comment box from which part of the world you're tuning in today with us. And once again, thank you so much for being here. Awesome, great to see you here, Yasha. You're from Ahmedabad. That's awesome. Good. Even the platform that you came from, all events, that is also an Ahmedabad based startup. So that's awesome. Good to see you here, Yasha. All right, awesome. And if you are tuning with us on YouTube, guys, let us know in the YouTube comment section from which part of the world you are tuning in with us today. And in the meanwhile, those who are connected with us here in Zoom, if you can see my screen, just give me a thumbs up or a yes, in the chat section. All right, here we go. Let me just bring up the video over there. All right. All right, so it's all set and all ready. Welcome everybody. Welcome all of you into this master class that we are putting across here at our company, Human Potential and Growth. And as you can see on the screen, today we're going to talk about shattering the myths. It's about breaking the mental illusion. Now, before we get into the master class, I would love to share a little bit with you about myself because I know some of you might be, watching me for the first time. Some of you may be familiar with me, but some of you may not. So, by profession, if I talk about right now, myself, I'm a mindset coach. I run my own company, which you may know, Human Potential and Growth. And at our company, we help people all across the world to become aware about the marvelous potential that resides within them. And our only job at this company is to inspire, encourage, and motivate people so that they can go after their worthy dreams, their worthy ideals, their worthy goals. And you are lucky enough, I must definitely say that you are lucky enough being here with us today. It is going to be an absolute incredible journey. It is going to be a experience that you're going to cherish for the rest of your life. You know why? Because when you was born, you was like this crystal clear water. The purity of this water, you can see there is no impurities in it. It's crystal clear. We all was born like this crystal clear water, and we were capable of achieving anything that we wanted to achieve in our life. But then something started happening with us. And you know what was that? We get used to the society. We get into a society where society slowly and steadily started putting negativity into our mind. We have been fed with the illusion that life is difficult. We have been fed with the illusion that it's not easy to achieve success. We have been fed with the illusion that you need a lot of connection to become successful. We have fed with the illusion that there's a lot of competition. And we have been fed with the illusion that only lucky people can achieve success. And all these illusions has kept going in our mind, kept going in our mind. And the small baby which was absolutely pure when he just arrived or she just arrived on the surface, started getting fixed or started getting polluted with the illusions that were not even his own. And those illusions never stopped there. When you went to school, when you went to colleges, the illusions kept on becoming bigger and bigger. You were told then you need a lot of marks to get to a great job. You have been told that you need a lot of great jobs to make more money. You have been told that you need a lot of money. You have been told that you need to compete with others, and you have been told that it's not easy to run your businesses. You have been told that it's not easy to go to another country and start from fresh. And you know what happened? All these illusions, they kept going into your mind, they kept going into your mind, and you kept becoming the product of these illusions. And this is not where the illusions stop. You know what happened then? Then our mind started playing illusions. Your mind started telling you that this is not what you are meant for. This is difficult. Your mind tell you, don't go after your comfort zone. Your mind told you, no, you cannot do it. You wanted to do something. You wanted to start your business, but your mind kept telling you, oh, it's not possible. It's difficult. It's not your piece of cake. It's not for you. And guess what? This is who we become. We become a product of the product. We become a person who has a lot of illusions fixated in their mind. Now, I want you to think about it for a minute, okay? Think about it for a minute and so. Take a blank sheet of paper, because whenever I do my workshop or free master classes, I make sure that my master classes are not just master classes where I'm talking. I make sure that my master classes are an experience for me and people who are right here with me. So take a blank sheet of paper, and on that sheet of paper, write down the illusions that you have about your success, your potential, that are right there in your mind right now. Write them down on a piece of paper, and when we come back in a minute, I'm going to show you something incredible. Write it down right now, guys. Some of you who have just joined us, we have given everybody an assignment to write down on a piece of paper all the illusions that you have about yourself. As I said, it could be any illusion that you have in your mind. Illusion about your potential, illusion about what other people thinks about you, illusion about what is possible, what is not possible. I want you to write it down, because as we grow today, I'm going to show you how to shatter all those illusions that you're having in your mind. So once you're done with that, just let me know in the chat box so that we can move forward. Write down the illusions that you have, and once you're done writing those illusions, say yes in the chat box so that we can move forward. All right, everybody, are you done writing your illusions on a piece of paper? If you are, say yes in the chat box. All right, I guess yes. Awesome, great, Justin, great, Gesha. That's awesome. All right, now we need to understand something about these illusions. These illusions that are right there in your mind, the way these illusions went into your mind is the same way these illusions can be brought out of your mind. But this is where you need to have an understanding of who you are. You need to have an understanding of what a marvelous potential you have within yourself. You need to have an understanding of what a powerful human being you are. Now, let me show you what happens once you start gaining an understanding of who you are. And I want you to really pay close attention to what happens right here. Okay. When you start gaining understanding of who you are, let's say this is an understanding of who you are. You start gaining understanding of yourself and you thought nothing is happening. You may have read a good book, you may have went to a good seminar, and you're thinking nothing is changing, nothing is changing. And then somebody told you, read this book, you read that book, and then again nothing changed, nothing changed. And you're worrying why things are not changing. What you need to do is, now watch carefully. You need to know about who you are. You need to know about your marvelous mind. You need to know about what a powerful human being you are. And you know what happened? Once you really understand who you are, the magic start happening. And the impurity, the illusions, they start fading away and you become where you have started. Now, what I have shown you right now, it seems like a magic, right? And definitely it involves a trick. In the same way, you can perform the magic on your mind. The magic to let go of your illusions. The magic to break free yourself, or in other words, if I say, to create the breakthrough that you're seeking in your life. And my dear friends, that's what I am here today for. That's why you are on this seminar, breaking the mental illusions. Because on this seminar, breaking the mental illusions, just like the way we turn around the water back into water, I'm going to show you how to turn around your life like night and day. But to do so, there are two things that you must know. Two things you must know to create freedom in your life. And here are those two things. Number one, you got to know where you are. Number two, you have to be very sure about where you're going. Now, these two are absolutely prerequisite of creating financial success, creating any kind of success in your life, where you are and where you're going. It's so simple, isn't it? And it's so obvious. But then why so many people are stuck? There are many people who are stuck. There are few people who don't even know what they want, but I believe deep down within their hearts, every single person on this planet know what they really want. But their challenge is that either they are not admitting it that this is what I want, or they are not courageous enough to go after what they really want. So what is the challenge? The challenge is not having the goal. The challenge is not up there. That's what seems most people feel about the challenge. But that's not where the challenge is. The challenge is where you are right now. And we have a name for that challenge. And that's the biggest illusion we all have to conquer. We call it a paradigm. A paradigm is a mental program that is lodged in your subconscious mind that controls every single action that you're taking in your life. For example, if you're on this call right now, that's a paradigm. There are many people who registered for the call. Now, some of you who answered my message last night, and some of you who answered my message and showed up today. So there is a paradigm everybody has. In the very first place, when somebody signed up for a session, they signed up for a reason. But then why they didn't show up? Because their paradigm stopped them. Now, some of them will come up with it, say that I was busy. All right, that's fine. Then why you signed up in the first place? But you are here because you are lucky enough, because you followed what's right there within your heart. And your paradigm was not strong enough to stop you. In fact, your paradigm was helping you in that first place. But as we grow along in this session, you're going to understand that there are going to be many more ways in which your paradigms might be stopping you right now, or it is going to stop you in the near future. But how it works, we have to learn about it. And that's why we are here today. We are going to talk about you, and we're going to talk about your dreams. Today is all dedicated to you. It's all about you and it's all about your dreams. Now, before we go ahead, how many of you really want to live a magnificent life? Type yes or no in the chat box. How many of you really want to live a absolutely amazing and incredible life? If you want to live an incredible life, say yes in the chat box. The most quicker you write, that shows the eagerness you have, right? Absolutely. Everyone does, Yasha, but not many people are absolutely committed. You see, there are two comments in the chat box, right? Awesome. Perfect. Great. Great, Poonam. All right. Awesome, Chester. Now, how many of you know how to achieve that dream life? How many of you, kind of, right? So that means there not many people know how to achieve that dream life, right? Now, when I talk about dreams, right, there is an incredible movie. I'm not sure whether you have watched that or not, you know, and there was a dialogue in the movie by T.E. Lawrence, and I absolutely loved it, right? And I want you to really read this carefully, okay? He said that all men dream, but not equally. Those who dream by the night in the dusty recess of their mind wake in the day to find that it was vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they may act their dreams with open eyes to make it possible. This I did. Now, that's the kind of inspiration, motivation we need to have from within. If we really want to achieve our dreams, if we really want to make things happen on this planet, we should have a dream that literally, you know, bring the fire within us. The dream that really takes us on another level. But many people don't believe in that too. Many people think, oh, it's not possible to have such kind of dreams. You know why they don't think about those dreams? Because they never ask this question. What do you really love to do? Now, ask yourself a question, the same question. If you had no money problems, if you had no financial challenges, if you had no troubles, that means you have everything that you wish you could have, what you would have done at that time in your life, or what you would love to do then in your life. If you have all the resources, if you have all the money, if you have everything that is required, what would you do at that time? I want you to think about it. Think about it. If you want to share that in the comment box, you can. If you're watching it on YouTube, you can also share that in the comment box. But if you don't want to share, that's absolutely fine. That's up to you. All right. All right. So we have a comment here. Yasha said travel. Absolutely. That's an amazing thing, right? But why we don't do it? That's again because we feel like that we don't have everything that is required. So here we go. I want you to really, really, the next three slides, which I'm going to share with you right now, in my understanding, these are the best ideas I have ever learned in my life. Okay. And I want you to seriously, seriously think about it. Now this is from Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill said that in your search for the secret of the method, do not look for a miracle because you will not find it. That's a problem with most of us. We are looking for a miracle in our life. When we are working every day, we wish I could make this sale today. I wish I can attract that client today. I wish. No, wishes are not that. But just being in the dreamland is bad because there is no such secret method. That's what Napoleon Hill is talking about. He said, in your search for the secret of the method, do not look for a miracle because you will not find it. You will find only the laws of the nature, the eternal laws of the nature. Now, what are those eternal laws? What laws he's talking about? He said these laws are available to every person who has the faith and the courage to use them. If we look at our life right now today, everything is happening based upon a law. Right now, we are talking to each other. You are sitting in your home, maybe somewhere in India or outside India. I'm here in India in my office right here, and I'm streaming this on my YouTube channel. And on YouTube channel, there might be people from 7, 8 different countries who is watching it right now simultaneously. How all this is happening? This is happening by a law. There is a law of electronics or whatever, by which my voice is getting broadcasted, my video is getting broadcasted, my screen is getting broadcasted to everybody who is on the same frequency right now. That's a law. But when it comes to achieving success in our life, we do not understand the same laws. You know what? There are some laws that exist in our life too, and we call it the natural laws of the universe. Somehow, someday, we all have heard about those laws in our spiritual literatures. Every religion talks about it, but the reality is that we do not really apply it. So, do not look for the miracle because you will not find it. Eternal laws of the universe. That's what you will find, and that's what you really have to work on. And as we grow on the day 2 and the day 3, you're going to learn more about the eternal laws because I'll be sharing some information that will show you, some of you who have seen the magic at the beginning, the magic can take place in your mind. But for that, you need to develop an understanding. You need to develop an awareness of the laws. You need to develop an understanding of your mind. And tomorrow, you will really learn about the mind. You will see how does the mind function. But today, I want you to focus on the law. And the one law that I really want to share with you today is it's about the law of cause and effect. All right. And it clearly states that you will get exactly in your life what you put out in the life. In other words, if you work a little bit, you get a little bit back. If you work sincerely, with honesty, with the right mindset, you will get the results that you can never ever even imagine. But you really have to understand how to make money. You have to understand how to convert your profession or your passion into profession, because nothing can come closer to converting your passion into profession. Nothing can come closer to it. Once you do what you love to do, life seems such an incredible miracle. But we don't do it. You know why don't do it? Let's look at what Wernher von Braun said. Now, Wernher von Braun, if you don't know that, he was the father of the space program. He said something very, very incredible that I want to share with you today. And it's again about the law. He said, in the movie Secret, I know you might have seen the movie Secret, right? He quoted, the natural laws of the universe are so precise that we do not have any difficulty building spaceships. We can send people to the moon and you can time the landing with the precision of a fraction of a second. And he added, our problem is we see it, we believe it, but the scientists, they use it and go to the moon. But we don't bring it into our lives. We do not understand thought energy. We do not understand that there are laws. We do not understand that we have control over our thinking. That's, my dear friend, is our problem. That we do not believe that we have control over our thinking. Just like the way in the beginning of the session I showed you that we have illusions, but we can overturn those illusions. That can be done by really understanding how our mind functions. That can be done by understanding how the laws of the universe operates. That can be done by understanding that there is a marvelous inner world that exists within us, and a revolution of such world enables us to achieve whatever we want to achieve. But that again starts with a thought process. That again starts with an idea that begins right here in the mind of a man. And we achieve this through awareness. When you was a little kid, the matter is whole awareness. It's the evolution of awareness. When you was a little kid, you didn't know that you can walk. You didn't know that you can talk. You didn't know that you can communicate your thoughts with others. You didn't know that what was good for you, what was bad for you. But then slowly and steadily, you started becoming aware about things. You started growing in life. You started becoming aware of what your hands are for, what your eyes are for, what your nose is for, what your face is for, like what your legs are for. You started becoming aware of all these things. And that's how we actually grow in life. And there is a evolution that we have to go through in our life. And that evolution is going from impossible to a thinking when you say, I am possible. And there is a process. There is a process through which this happens. And today, in the day one in the Breaking the Mental Illusions, we are going to show you that process. The process through which you can convert your I am possible thinking to impossible thinking to I am possible thinking. But you really need to understand what exactly happened right here in the mindset now. Because it's not about just, you know, having the right book. It's not about finding the right journal. It's not just about listening to one audio. It's about understanding the overall process and then be the process. Now, we all begin our journey by reacting. When something happens around us, we react. If things doesn't go as we planned, we react. If we don't get what we want, we react. I mean, every single one of us react. And that's what we call as a mass thinking. You know, when we pass out from our school or college, what do we do? Most of the time, we follow other kids. The people in our friend circle say that, oh, that's good. Taking an IT job is good. Without even asking ourselves a question that whether I want to do IT or not, we follow the mass thinking. We say, oh, all right, IT job is good. Let me go and do the IT job. We follow that mass thinking. How many of you have felt that in your life that when you was at the point of your career, when you have to make decision for yourself, you didn't make the decision based upon what you wanted, but you made the decision based upon what you saw other people are doing. And when we start thinking about starting our business, we look at other people, what they are doing. We start looking at, oh, what's working for them, what's not working for them. We never ask ourselves, what do I really want? That's why the struggle is there, my dear friend. We follow that mass thinking. What happened when we follow that mass thinking? That's a paradigm over there. Because we have been programmed. When we was in little kids in the schools, we were asked to follow those kids. We were asked by our parents, be like that kid, be like, the other person. Why be like someone when we are unique individuals? Now, there's nothing bad adopting a good quality of another person, but never let go of your own identity. But that's what happens. Many people do that because we are a product of mass thinking. And then what happens? When we are in that mass thinking, we live in that mass thinking for a few years, something inside us felt that something is wrong. Something inside felt like that, nah, I think I want something more out of my life. And that aspiration start pushing, and you started developing a desire. The desires start popping up within your mind. I want to travel, I want to start my business, I want to do this, I want to make money, I really want to go out there, I want to write my book. That desire really starts popping up. Then what happens? You want to express your individualness. But then begins the battle. The desire, it wants you to go outside of your own shell and really express yourself. But the paradigm right here, it pulls you back, because paradigm do not want you to go outside the natural way of thinking. You know why? because it's easy for the mind to think and act the way it is programmed to think and act. But when you decide to go after what you desire, when you decide to go after your uniqueness, this paradigm pulls you back. And then what happens? You become stuck. You become stuck performing the daily trivia until or unless you become enslaved by it. And I can tell you, there are more than 90% of the world's people outside who are stuck, who are stuck in this daily trivia. You know why they're stuck in this daily trivia? They are stuck in this daily trivia because, simply because, they have not understood that they can change themselves from impossible to I am possible. But what is required to move from left side to right side? Let's talk about it. First of all, you have to stop wishing and you have to let go of this mass consciousness thing. You have to let go of the thinking what other people are doing. You have to let go of the thinking what other people think about you. You have to let go of the thinking, what if I fail? You have to let go of the thinking whether I'll be able to make money or not. Instead of that, you need to make a decision. Now, you got to make a decision that is not based upon a condition. You know, most people make a decision, but their decisions are conditional decisions. You know, they make conditional decisions. They will say that I'll start my business once I have the money. They will say that I'll go for vacations once I have the funds. They will say that, okay, I'll apply for that job or I'll start that own venture once I feel confident. That's not the right thinking, my dear friends, because in that way you are actually literally destroying your decision. So you got to make decision regardless of whether you're ready or not. You know, if you make a decision right now, right here, that I'm going to start my business in 30 days from now, that's not going to cost you any money because you're just making a decision. You're going to start in 30 days from now. But if you make a decision that no matter what, I'm going to start it in 30 days from now, your mindset will be completely different. The things that you will attract will be completely different. The kind of person that you will become in that process of 30 days will be completely different. But you got to make that kind of decision, which is not based upon something. And then you got to discipline yourself. Remember, a decision without a discipline is like a car without tires. You cannot go anywhere. So you really got to back your decisions with discipline. You know why most people never able to build a habit? Because they made a decision that I want to wake up 4 a.m., but they never discipline themselves. They made a decision that I'm going to go on a diet, but they never discipline themselves. So you got to discipline yourself along with the decision that you're making. Now, once you discipline yourself, you will experience, you know, in other words, you're going to gain experience, because you never gain experience if you keep doing the same thing again and again, although it will make you better. But once you really make a decision to do something and you stay with it, you gain experiential knowledge. And that experience takes you to one mastery, the level of awareness, the mastery, where you are absolutely, you know, responding to everything. And that's when you got the results that you see. You know what happened? Everything that you want will be yours. But you got to make a decision to convert this red side into the green side. It won't happen otherwise. If you're waiting in your chair and you're waiting, something will happen, and you're waiting that, okay, you know, I'll start it maybe a month from now, I'll start it in a week from now. My dear friends, stop fooling yourself. You're going to never start it then. I beg you. If you have a dream, if you have a dream, you really have to go after it, irrespective of the fact whether you are ready or not. Now, today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow, I'll be there with you, supporting you, encouraging you, inspiring you, giving you a lot of ideas. that how you can really get started with what you want. Okay. But at the end of the day, it will be you who make the decision. It will be you who really, you know, take a decision to convert, as you see on the screen, this red into a green. But today, I want to give you an exercise. And I believe that the best part of what we do here at our company, it's about really giving people a knowledge that is going to serve them for the rest of their life. Okay. So tonight I want you to sit down before you go to sleep with a blank sheet of paper. And then on that sheet of paper, I want you to write down I want you to write down what do you really want out of this life. Okay. Now, when I say what do you really want, keep in mind it's about your dream. Okay. It's not about what your mommy wants you to be. It's not about what your daddy wants you to be. It's not about what your fiance wants you to be. It's not about if you have kids, what your kids wants you to be. It's about what do you really want. Okay. As I said, it's your life and you only got one shot at it. Nobody knows what happened once you die. We move to the next eternal phase of our life. And we never know when we come back to this physical state again. So the only time that you have been given for you to accomplish your goals, it's right now, right here, my dear friend. So it's on us to make a best use of the time we have right now, rather than being at our deathbed and then criticizing ourselves that I wish I have started earlier, or I wish I could have started my business. And I know at least you don't want to be in that phase, right? You want to do something with your life. You really want to make something happen. So the task for tonight will be that tonight you, before you go to sleep, take a blank sheet of paper, and on that sheet of paper, write down what do you really want. Write down everything. At least write down 50 things that you want to accomplish before you die. And then as I come back tomorrow, I'll show you how to convert those 50 things into a goal, how to pick the best one for you. And then also, how does your mind works? We're going to talk about your marvelous mind tomorrow. And I'm going to share some information that is really going to be empowering. And in the meanwhile, I know you all are a part of our WhatsApp group. If you really like today's session, you can share your feedback. You can share in the comment section in our WhatsApp group that what is the one takeaway that you had today, because we really want to inspire other people too. And if you think this session can really help anyone in your family, maybe your friend circle, make sure to invite them tomorrow. Invite them tomorrow to be here, be with us, because tomorrow we're going to unfold information that, in my opinion, is one of the best ever information that I learned from a very, very great man. It's right there, my mentor, Bob Proctor. He's no more with us right now, but I'm truly grateful for the man he makes me, because whoever I am today is because of his teaching. And I'm carrying forward what I have learned from him. And I'm really, really excited about the potential prospect future, the amazing future that is right there in front of all you. You know, you have been incredible being here for this 40 minutes. Jasdil, Poonam, Rohan, Yasha, and Sibylle. You all have been amazing. Now, in case you have a question before we wrap up today's session, you can drop your question in the chat box. And in the meanwhile, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can also drop your question on YouTube. I'm looking at your screen right here. Okay. So if you have a question, you can drop it right now. And then later on after the call, I'll encourage all of you to drop your one key takeaway that you really learned today out of our test call. And if you can make a video and tag us on social media, that will be pretty awesome, because we'll feature you on our social media page. And you may never know, you may gain some followers from here or whatever, because we believe in cause and effect. We believe in helping people. So for now, if you have a question, just go to the chat box and type out your question if you have. So I'm looking at the chat box in case you have a question. I'll read through your questions. If you have no question, you can simply type NQ as a no question, so that we can finish the session today, and then we'll see you tomorrow at the same time at 7 p.m. But make sure that you do the homework. That is very, very important. All right. Everybody, are you clear with the assignment? If you are, say yes in the chat box. All right. So Yesha, we have 2 more sessions tomorrow and day after tomorrow. So we have 2 more sessions tomorrow and day after tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. Okay. You're most welcome, Poonam. All right, great. If you have a question, guys, so you can type I have. If you have no more questions, just say NQ so that we can wrap up. That's awesome, Yesha. Spirit's feeling uplifted already. And it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning of a marvelous journey that you all are embarking on. Because I believe in really transforming people to a level which you cannot even imagine. All right. Awesome. Perfect. All right. So thank you, Yesha. Thank you, Poonam. Everybody, do we have a question? If we have, just let me know in the chat box. If you have no question, just type NQ so that we wrap up the session and we do not, like waste time just doing nothing here. Okay. Rohan, Jasdil, Sibylle, guys, do you have a question? All right. So I don't think any question is coming. All right then, guys. So thank you so much. It was absolutely incredible. All right, so we have a question from Sibylle. Is today's session going to be pre-recorded video online? I missed. Sibylle, all you can do is that go to our YouTube channel. I'll send the link later on because this has been broadcast directly to our YouTube channel. So it will be over there on YouTube channel. You can rewatch it multiple times as much as you want. All right. All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Rohan. All right, guys, so we have no more questions. So thank you so much for being here. Make sure to let us know your key takeaway in our WhatsApp group. It was absolutely incredible being here with you. And I'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m., same time. Take care.